Hello everyone, Striker Erica here, and today I'm going to be kickstarting off my exploration guide. And to do that, I have got a video just going to cover the Gila fit that I will be using. It'll be short, it'll be quick. Sorry if you can hear my CPU fans in the background. They are quite noisy. And also, some of the earlier footage I'm going to be showing, maybe the first two videos, the footage is going to be quite choppy, but I'm sort of losing my voice here too. The footage will be a bit choppy. I was messing around with my recording settings and, well, I found something that kind of works now, so bear with me on that. Quick interjection before the main fit. I'm going to go over the cheap Gila first. This is going to be a very basic and standard fit, very cheap one. It's going to be half the price of the normal Gila. And it's just going to be for new players who may not have 400ml to get stuck into 410s. I mean, even 200ml is quite a lot, but it's just more accessible, so I'll go over it first. We've got a lot of meta mods. We've got Core Problem Launcher 1, keep it cheap. We've got the Rapid Lights. If you could do T2 Rapid Lights, fit them. There's no harm in doing that. T2 Extenders, again, if you can't fit T2, fit Meta, it's all fine. Afterburner, so you're not using a micro warp drive, so an afterburner should keep your cap stable all the time, mostly. Depends on your skills, but it should be a lot more forgiving. Got two multi-spectrums. These can also be changed out for meta, just to keep your resists up. And then we got an omnidirectional. This is just nice to have for your drones. Hit things better. But you can switch this out for another extender if you wanted. It's nothing you need to permanently use. Or it's not like mandatory, I should say. But it's just nice to help your drones do more damage to small things, which is quite a lot of the stuff in Highsec. Low slots, damage control, drone damage ramps. This to keep your tank up, and this is just to make sure you do a bit more damage. Brick slots, we've done EM in here just to make it a bit more forgiving against like Sanchez and Blood Raiders. And two extenders, keep your HP up high. I believe I've mentioned this in the next clip, but I also have Mega Raid Nirvanas in, so this value is going to be a bit skewed. But expect values about 15 to 20k HP less, depending on your skills. Then for charges, we have 16 probe launcher, scanner probes. That might look a bit odd to some people, but understand that when you fire out your probes, you no longer have probes left, so it's always nice to have 8 extra in your cargo hold, so it automatically reloads. Don't have to remember to keep doing that. And then we've just got both types of damage that the Gila can do, because obviously it's damage locks to Kinetic and Inferno. They're good for the different types of NPCs. This is, I'll go over that later. And then the different types of drones. Again, I'll go over it later. It's just to keep it nice and simple and cheap. So, on to the main fit. So, firstly we're just going to go with high slots. You've got a probe launcher, obviously, and rapid light missile launchers. Kill some frigates, do some more damage. Mid slots, you got a micro warp drive. This is where it's going to differ a lot for new people. Having a micro warp drive is going to use up a lot of cap. You only want to use it conservatively. Don't want to keep it on all the time. So pulse it when you need to. If you want to keep a prop pod on all the time, switch it to an afterburner. You'll be much better off. We have triple extenders to keep our EHP much higher. My EHP values in this video will be higher. I'm currently in mid-grade Nirvanas. If you can, get them. They're really nice to have. They're good just to train up skills in as well. They really just make the Gila better. But there's no obligation to. You don't need to run them at all. It's just something I do. We got a Pitham, sorry, not a Pitham, a multi-spectrum shield hardener. Maybe we'll see a Pitham invul come up in a later video, but this is just to keep the resists up, just to keep it nice and uniform. Make sure we take a lot more damage. And we got an omnidirectional tracking enhancer. This is just help your drone strike better. Low slots, we got some drone damage amps, amplify the drone damage, make sure we're doing as much DPS as we can so we can clear these sites as quick as we can. Then we have extenders, obviously just to amplify up the extenders more. This will also help over someone who may use purges. This will help you against suicide ganking, and if you have a successful, couple hours, it's not unreasonable to get at least 1 billion ISK worth of loot in Highsec. It can happen. And you want to make sure that you don't die on the way back to Gita. One way you can do that, obviously, travel scepter, pick the loot, do it that way, or you can just use a buff Gila and anyone who's going to try and gank you is going to think twice when they see your HP value. Low slots, evidently, just missiles. Scourge. This is going to be for Serpentis and Garistas, and even Angel Cartel. That's usually the good damage type to do. You can also do Fury if you want to as well, or Rage. I forget the one for missiles. You got some scripts for your Omni, and then we have Inferno. This is going to be for Sanchez and Blood. It's the preferred damage type for them in terms of your damage locked missiles. Obviously, the Gila gets that bonus. Then drones, we have some Valks. This is going to be just an all-encompassing fit, by the way. This is going to cover every region space. It's one fit, does everything. So we've got Valks, this for Angel Cartel. We've got Hammerheads, which are for something that you're only going to really see in Serpentis space. It's part of the Serpentis 410. It's the final NPC, the boss in that room. He is very weak to thermal, so we'll be going over that when we come to that video. Vespers, obviously, is for normal Serpentis rats. They are actually weakest to kinetic, if you didn't know that. And then Garistas, obviously. And then Infiltrators, they're just for Sanchez and Blood Raiders. They're keeping in with the damage types. You've got enough drones there. If you want to, you can carry extra ones in the cargo hold. You've got plenty of space to do whatever you want. And then, look, that's my look hanger. And then we're going to go over the equipment hanger. This equipment, box I've got inside the Gila. I just carry a little equipment thing in there so I can keep all my mods separate. This is for either refitting if I've got too much loot and I want to make it a bit tankier, or this is for running Highsec 5 of 10s. I will cover those when I get to them. I already have, as of the time of this recording, I have the Garistas 510 recorded, so you can probably expect to see that one soon. So that's been the fit, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the series. Fly safe.